do I protect my daughter from someone like you? How do I protect my daughter from someone like you? Let me go ahead and play this clip.
And whore I think I had ever met in the military. One day I went up to him and I said, how do I protect my little girl from someone like you? He said, tell her that you love her, because if you don't, someone who doesn't will, she'll believe him. You need to understand something about the way men interpret love sometimes. We look at the 50, 60, 70 hours a week we're putting in to provide, to work, protect as a demonstration of our love. And I think it is. I think it is a valid demonstration of our love. But the problem is that when you have a little girl, if you're not telling her that you love her, she might miss that.
All right. So go ahead and dive into it. How do I protect my daughter from someone like you? You want to kick it off, Shan?
I don't know if I can. Like the way his question is if he's asking somebody else, but the way it presents here is as if I'm asking about me. Like I wouldn't. I think I've been a great guy all my life. I wouldn't want to protect any. In fact, I'm the model. I'm the perfect kind of guy that a motherfucker would want to have had his daughter be with my entire adult life. So it's better. Let's move on to somebody like Humble Dad. It's better because Humble Dad was a hoe in college, so I think he'll be able to answer that question a lot better than I could.
Is this because I wasn't here last week? Like, what you mean?
Hey man, Humble Dad just stopped being a hoe just recently when he got married.
That's okay. Y'all missed me. I got it. Okay. Yeah. I thought I interpreted the question the same way. I think every guy needs to be like me. Personally. In my humble opinion. But the former me for sure. Man, what could you do to protect your daughter from someone like me? Hey, you better have as much time with her as you could possibly have. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that I operated was, I was a dude that was cool with being your friend. You know what I'm saying? And if it needed to happen, it could happen. That's who I was. I wasn't having to be forceful with her, and I dealt with several women that had fathers in their house, and active fathers in their house. You know what I'm saying? So to keep your daughter from a guy like Humble Dad when he was in college, you would have had to make sure that you was very, very active in her life and let her know that there's nobody that's going to be greater than him besides their husband. That's just what it was. Dang, Shannon, you made me come out, boy.
Yeah, so I understood it was that he was asking, I guess the guy that was on the base was the biggest whore. He was asking, how can I protect?
You can't. You can't. There's nothing you can do because she like me, dog. She like me, right? She like me. I don't know why y'all look. We need to get out of this fallacy, right? She has a dad. No, it doesn't matter, bro. Women, shout out to my boy Trio. Women break the rules for the men they like. If she like you enough, she'll jump off a cliff with you. There's nothing you can do. Right? That first love, that first man that every girl fall in love with, right? That it'll never be the same with everybody else. Yeah. There's nothing you can do. If she like you and she rocking with you like that, she's going. That's the facts. Y'all keep living in this fairy tale world. Come on, man. You can try your best. You can try your damnness. But if she rocking with him, she rocking with him. And all y'all know what I'm talking about.
Let me ask y'all a question before I answer. How many moves, by and large, did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar have?
One.
Right? You knew what he was going to do. Most of the time, you knew which shoulder he was going to turn over. He was still going to sky hook the shit out of you. Michael Jordan, you could study his game all you wanted. Mike would tell you, I'm going to do this to you. And you know the cold thing about Mike? He was going to do that shit to you. Nothing you can do. At the end of the day, bro, we can say whatever we want to do. Some things you cannot defend. Ricky just hit the nail on the goddamn head, bro. She's going to do what she wants to do. Now, you can lace her with the game. You can try your best. How many women over the years told me, my brother told me the game, or my daddy taught me the game? And I'm like, well, yeah, shit, but look at you, laid up with me. How do we get here, right? So what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, lace them with the game, but temper your expectations. Have realistic expectations. Try to make sure that you have open lines of communication to where at least your child can communicate with you. They can communicate with your mom and aunt, somebody. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, somebody is going to, shout out to Wu-Tang, sprinkle that fancy talk magic in her ear, and she going to go. Unfortunately. Now, we want to try to mitigate what they can do. That's the best you can hope to do is mitigation. It's the best you can hope to do. Maybe if you're proactive, you can try to get her married early. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the best solution. You know what I'm saying? To try to be proactive. But other than that, it's too many nice looking guys out here. It's too many guys who talk slick. You know what I'm saying? It's too much exposure to people. We were relegated to who we could touch, who we saw at school, who was in our neighborhood. Now, bro, you flick your thumb and it's an unlimited amount of people that you're attracted to. You know why? Because Al, also known as the algorithm, knows exactly what the fuck we like. And every time you swipe your thumb, there's another person you like and another person you like. And the better our daughters look, the more people are going to end up in their DMs. So there are more people shooting their shots. So I would say, man, try to be proactive. Raise her in a certain way. Try to be proactive and get her married. And hopefully she won't be for the streets after that.
The best you can do is teach her about leverage. Right? That's the best you can do is teach her, leverage what you have in a relationship, right? To get what you need and want out of it. But like, man, your girl with you because she with you, man. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the things I talk to my 14-year-old. Explain to her leverage. Once you give it away, your leverage is typically gone. And in your value, which you continue to be pure, you have a better option of guys as well. And the other thing is that if you are a high quality, respectable dad, then and you're involved in that way, it's going to be less likely of a chance for her to be a 304 out in these streets because she admires you and she wants somebody that's similar to you. So if you are a hoe as a dad, then just know that your daughter probably gonna follow your footsteps.
Go ahead, Trey.
All right, I think it's not as bad as we might be making it seem right now. I'm familiar with many women who have waited until they were married before they gave anything up, and I mean, of course, like the gentleman said, you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do to stop it, but there are certainly things that you can do to mitigate the risk, right? So, for instance, having an open line of communication, like my wife does a great job of talking to my daughter, like she's comfortable coming to her, she's comfortable coming to me with issues, right? So, and same thing like I do with my son, like we talk about these things. They have to have that open line of communication to where they can trust that you're not going to judge them, trust that they can actually get some value from that conversation. And you can completely not eliminate, but you can definitely reduce the risk, because I mean, there's some dudes out here that just got a slick talking. I used to be one of those dudes, and I definitely squeezed into some places I should have never been in. So I understand exactly what the people's mean, and some of them had good fathers and stuff like that. So, but it's also about like Sean was saying earlier, you got to give them the game. So I translate a lot of things that men will say, what men will do. Behaviors, right? And just to understand that, and you have to tell your daughter, man, I do believe in your daughter, like her dad's supposed to be her first crush, not in any funny way or nothing, but she's supposed to understand this is what an example of a man is like. So you have to look for, so with that, it's you as a father has to be responsible and set the example. You can't be out here in these streets doing whatever. She has to understand this is what it's supposed to be like. Somebody who has moral character, somebody who has a good work ethic, right? Somebody who is that dude. That's what they should be looking for. And you have to let your daughter know what her worth is. She has to understand her value. So if you can get her to understand her value, then you can absolutely, again, mitigate the risk. There's no such thing as elimination, but it's a whole lot that you can do to try to avoid it.